Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're starting a new cleaning video, cleaning motivation thing. Here's the thing. I really enjoy watching and making cleaning videos, and I am one of those people who can spend hours and hours and hours online watching the same person just cleaning their houses, even though we always end up cleaning the same thing because it's always the same house and it's always the same mess. I find it really motivating, and watching those videos always makes me not only wanting to clean but also wanting to produce the same kind of content. However, I have a problem, which is I'm a bit of a cleaning freak in the way that I hate messes, I hate dirty things, I hate having things that are not in their places. So I'm always cleaning and I'm always tidying up, and rarely my house becomes a big mess. When I used to work, yes, my house would become a mess very quickly because I would spend some days away, and then I would come back, be really tired, then go away again, come back, be really tired, go away again, and only when I came back to have a bunch of days off in a row, then I would tidy everything. Now, because I'm just at home every day, I just find myself cleaning a bit here, a bit there every day, and the house is always in a good state. But I still want to produce this kind of content of cleaning motivation videos because I enjoy it. I enjoy recording it, and I also enjoy seeing myself cleaning. Is that weird? But because I'm always cleaning a little bit here and a little bit there, it means I never go on like a full day cleaning spree where I clean everything in one day, which makes it really hard to make this kind of content because those videos will usually be the person cleaning an entire house for the day or tackling a specific task for the day. But I don't do it like that. I do one bit at a time every day. So what I thought I would do right now is that I'm gonna start this video, and basically along the days I'm just gonna do my thing, clean here, clean there, tidy this, tidy that, and I'm gonna try and record as much as possible, and then I'll just put everything together in a nice little bow for you guys to watch. But I just wanted to give that information right here so you know that I'm gonna show up with different clothes. I'll probably do the dishes 37 times in this video and make the bed another 50. And yeah, so just you know, this is gonna be recorded across many days, and that's why some tasks are gonna be repeated. Let's get to cleaning, and I'll see you along the days, and I hope you get some cleaning motivation. I'm starting this clip, this cleaning process by folding up all the clothes I had in a hanger. Unfortunately, we do not have a tumble dry, so every time I do a load of laundry, you know, I have to hang it and wait a few days. Now in the summer it's not that bad because usually I'm able to collect the clothes and fold them the day after washing them, but in the winter it might be tricky because the clothes might need to be there for sometimes 3, sometimes even 4 days at a time to dry, which means the laundry in the winter accumulates very quickly because I cannot do another load until I collected the previous one. One thing that I like to do regarding laundry is that I always collect it and fold it straight away and put it in its places straight away, except for the previous day where you see I had a load of previous laundry there on the side, and I think that was actually the first time ever that I collected clothes but didn't fold them because I didn't have time. I had already a load in the machine because I was intending on collecting, folding, and then hanging a new load, but then I got busy with something else. I no longer remember what it was, but I didn't have time to fold it, so I just put it there in the corner. But honestly guys, I think that was the first time ever in my life that I did that. Running some essential oils on my machine. We have 2 of them, this small one next to the toilet and a big one in the front room, but honestly neither of them are very good. This small one was cheaper and it's better than the bigger one, but it's still not amazing. So if you have a good essential oil machine and also a good brand of essential oils that you like to use, then please let me know in the comments, leave me the names of the brands or something, because mines are just not great and I really wish I had better ones. Now, you saw me climbing there on top of the counter, and what I was doing was that I was putting one of those pressure extending rods thingy because we don't have a curtain in this kitchen window, and in the summer, because the sun gets down so late here in the UK, by the time I'm making dinner the sun is shining right on my face while I'm there in the counter. So I just put a rod there. It just extends and it makes pressure between the two walls, and then I just hang on it the leftovers of our bedroom curtains. When we got our bedroom curtains done and cut, the lady gave us back the portion that she cut out of it to make it shorter, and I had it in a bag, so I just went, grabbed it and put it there to cover the sun. Yes, it's not great, and if the house was ours we would have fixed it ages ago. However, we are renting, so we cannot make any permanent changes to the house, and that's why I just came up with this silly solution. It doesn't look great, and during the day it makes the kitchen be really dark, so during the day I have to climb on the counter and remove the curtain to, have some light in the kitchen, and then at the end of the day, if it's super sunny outside, there I go again and I put the curtain back. And I feel like there was such a long explanation for such a simple thing. Anyway, meanwhile, here I am making dinner, and I was following one of, I believe it's Gusto recipes. It's one of those boxes where you get the recipes and the ingredients pre-measured and delivered to you, to your door. We only buy these boxes when we have discount codes, because otherwise it doesn't really compensate. But whenever we have discount codes, then yes, it's super worth it, just for not having the hassle of having to grocery shopping and meal plan and all those things. By the way, guys, this recipe that I was making here was bangers and mash, which is a classic meal here in the UK. It's basically sausages with mashed potato and gravy sauce. And usually people will eat that at the pub, not really at home. And I had never done it at home, but I did it the first time using the Gusto box. They sent me the ingredients and I did it, and I don't even think I've ever cooked sausages before this. But it was so good that we have repeated it after it. I just went through the recipe and I bought the ingredients myself, and I've done it again, and it's a really good recipe, guys. Josh always thinks that I don't put enough salt in my mashed potatoes, so that's what he was doing right there. He was just adding some extra salt and mixing it up. This is after dinner. I'm just getting the dishes done. As you see, there's quite a big pile of dishes to do. So I'm just getting them sorted and done, because I hate seeing my sink overloaded with dishes. And unfortunately, we don't have a washing machine. Again, it's not our house, so we have no control over it. But I really, really want to have a washing machine in the near future, because I'm telling you, even though I don't hate doing dishes, I'm done with it. I've done enough dishes for a lifetime by now. Also, I always clean the sink after doing my dishes. So for me, cleaning the sink is not a special task. It's something that I do every single time. Every time I do a load of dishes, I clean the sink afterwards using the same dish sponge and the same detergent. I just rub it to make sure there's no dry food in there or something. Now I'm just cleaning the counters after dinner. I also always do this after cooking because there's always some splatters or some crumbs or something. So I always just use my anti-bac or all-purpose cleaning or kitchen cleaner or whatever I have at the moment, and I just clean it off. Hello everyone, it is the next day. We're gonna do some more cleaning. I have actually a bunch of things I'd like to get done today. I have to tidy up the bedroom, it's a mess at the moment. I have some dishes to put away. Surprisingly, I don't have laundry to do. My laundry is all done. The baskets are not full. I don't have anything to do. Look at the size of that thing. This is what you get for living in the country life. Alright, so I need to vacuum that thing. I need to work on my chapterized things for a while as well. Also, today is super hot. It's so hot today. Let's get started. I'm starting the day by making the bed. This is something that I make every single day. I hate seeing a messy bed, and it just makes me feel so much more ready for the day once my bed is all done. Also, my bed is super easy to make. Here I'm just going over our medication drawer. There's always empty packages everywhere because Josh is just a horrible person looking after that, and he's the one who uses it more often, and it's also on his side of the bed. He takes the pills and then he just throws all the empty packages in there, and it drives me absolutely mental. Anyway, now I'm dusting the house, the bedroom I mean, using my new and improved method, which is using the vacuum as a handheld vacuum, and with the attachment at the end that has some brushes. It just makes the job so much easier, and I don't use any sprays, any cleaning products, anything. I just use it to vacuum and it works perfectly, and it's the best discovery I've made in a long time regarding vacuuming and dusting. In the kitchen, I'm putting some things away, things in the bin, putting the clean dishes away as well. Then I decided to go ahead and vacuum our cutlery drawer. It has some dividers for the little pieces, and there was some crumbs and dust and stuff inside. So I just used the pointy end of the vacuum and I vacuumed it off. Now, oh my god guys, we have so many plastic bags at home. We used to be that family that had no plastic bags because supermarkets here in the UK, when they do deliveries, and apparently as well when you do click and collect orders, you can return the bags to them. So we always just did that. We would accumulate them for like 2-3 weeks, whatever, and whenever we get the next delivery, we would give the bags back. However, because of Corona, supermarkets have stopped, at least for the time being, accepting the bags from the people. So I've just been accumulating them like crazy, and it's ridiculous, and it bothers me so much because I don't want to simply throw them in the bin because that's a waste. So I've been using them as bags for the bin, but there's so many of them that it's just impossible to use them all, and it takes so much space in our cupboard, and it absolutely drives me mental. So what you are watching me do right now is probably the most Portuguese method ever of folding bags. I've never seen anyone else doing this or even knowing about this method except the Portuguese people, which is basically you lay the bag flat on the counter, remove all the air, fold it in 3, and then you fold it in triangles and you fold the end inside to make it close. So that's what I'm doing to these 1 million bags, and I didn't even do this to all the bags that I have. I just did to a portion of them until I filled that little plastic blue cube that I then kept under the sink. But like, look at the amount of bags I still had left. It's driving me crazy. So under the sink we have our bins, and here I am with the vacuum, just vacuum some crumbs that appear there sometimes because of having the bins there obviously, and then I put the little blue cube with the plastic bags at the back so that the bags are handy whenever we want to change it. And then of course, because I'm a bit of an overachiever, I decided to clean our cleaning product cabinet, which is this one here at the bottom. That's where I have all the detergents and all the things. So I took everything out, I vacuumed inside, and now I'm just finding a better way of arranging things and putting the things that I use more often to the front and the things that I don't use that often to the back.
I had this thing in that cupboard that you saw me. This is like a deodorant for the carpet, and I only had a tiny bit left, so I just dropped it in our bedroom carpet, and it needs to sit for like 15 minutes, and then you just vacuum it off, and supposedly it makes the room smell much better. I don't know about that, but it only had a little bit left, so I decided to use it and just get rid of the bottle once and for all. Now I'm organizing my bedside table. It's not an easy angle to film because, as you can see, there's not a lot of space between the bed and the wall. Basically, I just removed everything from inside the drawer, I vacuumed it, and then I put the things back, the ones that need to go back there, and I got rid of the things that were for other places. And here I am just vacuuming that dust that I spread on the carpet earlier. Those bags there in the corner really bother me. Those are things that I want to donate or take to the recycling center, like old clothes and damaged clothes and all that. But obviously, again, because of Corona, I can't do that at the moment. So I've just been keeping them there, and it really annoys me. On this day, I finally decided to throw them inside the wardrobe, just so they are out of sight and out of mind. Now, this blanket that you see here on the floor, it's actually a blanket for Suki. And I was just using one of those lint roller things to remove hairs attached to it. There was so much hair on it, because I wanted to throw it in the washing machine, but I didn't want my machine to be completely covered in hair. Now here I am finally putting all those horrible bags away. It looks terrible inside the wardrobe, but at least I don't need to see it every day out in the wild. And then I took the opportunity to vacuum the rest of the bedroom. Here I am preparing dinner again. This is another Gusto box meal, so I'm just following the recipe card and the instructions and doing what it says. I always like to wash my shopping board as soon as I'm done using it, the same as the big metal trays, just because they're so big and it takes so much space either at the sink or at the counter that it's not practical to have them there, and it takes me 10 seconds to wash them. So as soon as I'm done using them, I just quickly wash them and put them to the dryer straight away. Also, another thing that I think it makes life easier is keeping the kitchen tidy and clean as you cook, and I always do my best to keep all the dirty things to one side or all the pills to the other side, so then it's easier to clean up after. But also, as soon as I'm done cooking, if I'm cooking something that requires some extra time on the stove or to go in the oven, then instead of just going to sit on the sofa, I use that time to clean the kitchen, clean the counters, do the dishes, do whatever needs to be done, and just be productive while I'm waiting for dinner to cook itself, basically.
Hello, good morning and welcome to another day. I'm starting this like if I'm starting a vlog. Why am I speaking like this? I don't know. Anyway, it's the next day. We have some more cleaning to do, and today I'm also going to be quite busy because yesterday I didn't exactly do all the things that I wanted to do. I mentioned that I wanted to do some things on the computer and all that and for Chapterised, and I didn't. So I need to do them today, which means that even though there's some things that I would like to get to on cleaning wise today, I'll probably won't have time because I need to prioritize the other things. So basically, I don't know how much content this video is going to have from today, but whenever I do clean something, I'll show you. Right now I'm going to make my bed and show you. And then later on I'll be cooking dinner, but I'm not going to record that because, you know, cooking is always the same thing. But I will record washing the dishes later on because that's part of cleaning. And also I've decided I'm changing this whole video concept for a week of cleaning, or what I clean in a week. I haven't exactly decided on the title yet, but basically I started this 3 days ago or something. I don't know, I need to check, but I'm gonna do this video exactly until the same day next week. and show you every single thing that I clean in a week. So whenever I go clean, I'll record it. And that's it. Now let's get to working and getting productive. Hello everyone, good morning, welcome to the next day. Yesterday my day was not productive at all. I pretty much didn't do anything, which means that today I have extra tasks to do. I also need to get a bunch of reading done, and I also need to edit a video for today because I fell behind, and today I was supposed to release a video in the morning, but I didn't have anything ready, so I need to edit something for today and then for 2 days from now. Also, my computer is making noises. Anyway, I'm gonna start by doing the dishes today because I haven't done them in like 2 days. We haven't been using that many, and then I just been accumulating. So there's a bunch of plates, mostly plates and cutlery, that need to be washed. So I'm gonna start by doing that. Then we'll go with the flow and we'll see what we end up doing today.
Once again, I'm starting the day by doing the dishes, and I don't know how we do this. I mean, there's only 2 of us in this house, but the amount of dishes that you see in the clips in the sink all the time, you think there's like 5 people living in this house. But nope, it's just us, just the 2 of us. We just create a bunch of dirty dishes, I guess. I once did a video about the most economical, friendly way of doing the dishes, but also the quickest and the way that saves more detergent and more water, just to optimize the task. And that video was done a long time ago, and it was done in Portuguese. So let me know in the comments if that would be something that you'd like to see a remake of, this time in English, obviously, of my tips and tricks and what's the method that I use to do the dishes and how I manage to use so little detergent and not a lot of water. Now it's time to vacuum the whole house, and you're gonna see at the end I'm gonna show you the deposit of our vacuum and how full it was. It was empty when I first started, and I'm just gonna vacuum all the rooms. I'm also gonna vacuum the sofa because it's always full of Suki's hair. You're gonna see I'm gonna vacuum a bunch, but it's not that much. Our house is not that big, and I vacuum it every 2 or every 3 days, and yet every time I vacuum the deposit always ends up full. It's crazy, it blows my mind, and you're gonna be able to see that in just a minute. Before having Suki, we had just a regular, super cheap vacuum from Amazon, and for a while it was great. He vacuumed the house, did what he had to do. However, once we got Suki, and because she sheds so much twice a year, that little poor cheap vacuum was not able to cope with all that. So we ended up having to upgrade our vacuum, and the one that we got is the one that you always see me using, and it's the Dyson V8 Animal. It's more on the expensive side, but I've always seen amazing reviews for it regarding being able to cope really well with animal hair, and I can tell you I'm not disappointed at all. I've had it for I believe just over a year now, and it's great. It has a fairly decent battery life. Sometimes I'm not able to vacuum the whole house in one battery, but that's because we have carpeted floors on our study and in our bedroom, and I also vacuum the sofa all the time. And when I vacuum those surfaces, I like to turn on the turbo mode on the vacuum so it gets the hair even better out of those surfaces, which obviously drains the battery much quicker. And because of that, sometimes I'm not able to vacuum the whole house in one go because I've used so much of the battery in those areas. And as you can see, here's the full deposit of the vacuum. It's absolutely crazy. I don't know how this happens, but it does.
morning, it's the next day. Let's get to cleaning. Today we have a bunch of things to do. I'm finally gonna do laundry. The time has come, the basket is full, laundry needs to happen, so I'm gonna do that, put the clothes in the machine and then hang them. I have quite a few dishes to do from last night's dinner. I need to make the bed, and eventually I need to clean my bathroom and also unpack my work bag and put it away to free up some closet space. I don't know if I'm gonna get to those things today or not. We'll find out together. And yeah, let's get started. I'm gonna start in the bedroom because once the bedroom is clean and tidy and the bed has been made, it just makes me feel so much more productive. So let's go.
As always, I'm starting the day by making the bed. I have the feeling that the bedroom is where the day finishes, but also where my cleaning day starts, because I always start by making the bed. Now I'm just loading the washing machine. I'm just gonna do one regular dark load. I've mentioned once as well that I only divide my clothes into two sections, darks and light colors, and that is it. I don't separate the whites, I don't separate the towels, I don't separate the bed sheets, and I don't separate the jeans or anything else. It's darks or it's lights, and that is it. And then again, dishes. And yes, I mentioned it was actually Josh's turn to do the dishes, but we made this deal, this agreement, where if Josh walked Suki in the afternoon, which is usually my shift of walking Suki, then I would make the dishes for him, because honestly, I rather do the dishes than walking Suki, because I'm just lazy and I don't want to walk and I don't mind doing the dishes. So we did that deal, and that's why I am doing the dishes, even though it was technically his turn.
I'm coming home to you.
I wanted to show you how disgusting the sponge was, so I just threw it in the bin and got a brand new one. And this is so satisfying every time I change the dish sponge. It just makes me feel so much more cleaner, because I hate doing dishes with an old sponge. So every time it starts getting old and the scrubby part starts going away, I just throw it in the bin and I'm done with it. Now I'm cleaning my fridge. This is something that most people do quite often, and I do it. I don't even want to tell you how often, because yeah, I'm a bit embarrassed. Basically, I do it once the fridge gets dirty, and I'm really careful to not have any spills or anything in the fridge. If there is, I clean them straight away. So honestly, my fridge doesn't really get that dirty, so I'm able to not clean it that often. But on this day, I decided that a cleaning was due, so I removed all the things. Yes, I used my vacuum inside to vacuum some crumbs and dust and stuff, and then I'm just using a disinfectant wipe to wipe everything. I remove all the attachments from the doors, and then look at this, we have all these little sauce pots. These are the sauces that come with the pizza mostly, and some of them from McDonald's, but most of them come with the pizza. And I always keep the ones that we don't use, because that also helps us save money in the way that I don't need to buy sauces, because when we want some sauce, we already have the tiny pots. However, we had so many of them that I decided for the first time ever that I should check if they had an expiration date. And in the beginning I thought they didn't, but then I discovered it very lightly at the bottom that they did. So I did get rid of the ones that were expired already, which were most of them, which is good because there was no way we could use so many sauces anyway. Then I decided to clean Suki's food bowls. I do clean the bowls all the time, like every day when we change her food. We also wash her bowls. However, we don't always clean the little base, the support where the bowls go, and it was getting really nasty. It had bits of dry food around and dry water and some dog hair, and I don't even know what was there, but it was getting really, really nasty. So I decided to give it a good scrub. Then I also discovered that the rubber ring along the base actually comes off. So I removed that rubber thing to give it an even better scrub, and then I scrubbed the ring inside and outside, and I just got rid of all the nasty things, rinsed it all off, dried it, put it back in, and it was one of those really satisfying transformations, because at the end all the bowls and the base and everything was super shiny and it just looked so clean and fresh. Before putting her food bowl back in its place, I first vacuumed the little area where it always sits, and I used a disinfectant wipe to as well clean any pieces of dry food that may have been stuck to the floor, and then I put it back with some fresh food and fresh water for her. Now we're in the bedroom. I'm just hanging some clothes and some jackets that were basically laying around the house for some reason, so I was just cleaning that. And then Suki was there staring at me, so obviously I had to make a little pause and play with her, because look at her, she's so cute. How could I not? Okay, so this clip that you are now watching is actually sped up 50 times because this was such a long, boring and uninteresting task that I was doing. I was basically replacing all the shoelaces in our shoes because I washed all of our shoes. I had to do 2 loads to be able to clean so many shoes, and then they took 4 or 5 days outside to dry, and when they were finally dried, I was finally able to put the shoelaces back. Now I'm just refilling Suki's food container. And I wanted to show you this little trick that she's able to do of catching a treat in the air. The clothes are washed and ready to be hung, so here I am doing that. Here's the blanket that you saw me the other day, lint rolling it to get rid of most of the hairs. I finally washed it, here it is. And one of the reasons why I wanted to lint roll this blanket is, as you can see, I washed it with all of our clothes, so I didn't want everything else in the machine to be completely covered in hair. Even though in this house and with our dog, it's basically impossible to avoid, and there will be forever hair everywhere, and I've just came to terms with that and I've accepted it by now. I also have a video regarding how I do laundry, some tips and tricks, and also how I hang it to make sure it doesn't get any wrinkles and that I don't need to iron anything ever. I'm gonna leave the link for that in the description below, but again, it's a video in Portuguese, so do let me know if you'd like me to remake that video.
We did it! It's been a week since I started this cleaning video project thing, team video. It's been a week, which means today is the last day where I'm cleaning my house ever, and after this it's just downhill. No, I'm joking, but it's the last day that I'm recording for this video. As I said, I was gonna do an entire week, so this is it. Today we have to do the tasks that I've been postponing all this time, which means clean the bathroom, deal with my work bag, meaning accepting the fact that I probably won't be using it for a while. I want to get everything from the inside. I know I still have some clothes in there, clean clothes that I always have in there. I want to deal with that, put all the things away, and then put the bag inside my other bag in order to create some free space in our storage. And then I also have to collect the clothes that I hung yesterday. They're probably already dry, I haven't checked, but it's super hot, so they're probably already dry. And there's a pile of dishes in the sink, but today is actually Josh's day to do the dishes, so I'm not gonna do them. And I need to make my bed, as always, and I don't know, I might vacuum after, I don't know. I always end up vacuuming a little bit because I'll probably have to get the vacuum to do something in the bathroom while I'm doing that, or like even in the storage, I don't know. But what I know is that every time I get my vacuum out, I just vacuum a little bit, and then I end up with a tank full because Suki. Let's get started. I'm gonna start by making the bed and then probably move on to do the work bag. Let's go.
At this point, do I really need to use any more words regarding what you're seeing on the screen? I don't think so. Here's my work bags. I just brought them on top of the bed, and now I'm going through everything that is inside. There was some clothes, some that I put away straight away, like winter jumper, and others I decided to throw them in the washing machine purely because I don't remember if I used them or not. Also, while I was going through the things inside the bags, I found some little treasures, like this really old key card from one of the hotels. Some crew luggage tags that say baggage, we all have a little, and I've always thought that sentence in there was so cute, and I really enjoyed those luggage tags. That's just the thing that you place in your bag when you dispatched your bag to the hold, and as crew we had some special ones. And then I found this really random chocolate. I have no idea how long it's been in my bag, but I decided it shouldn't go to waste. I just kept going through all the things. Here I am putting back my work apron. This is what we use during the flights while we're doing the service, and I was gonna throw it in the wash so I can store it clean, but before that I decided to try it on, and of course it brought back all the memories. Emptying my pockets, I always have a bunch of wet wipes in there, and these ones say arrive in style. This is the cardigan that we use during the flights if we were too cold, and I wanted to show you that on the sleeves one of them says coffee and the other one says tea, and again I've always thought that was a really cute detail our uniform had. This is the big bag, the one that we used to send to the hold, and I'm just putting my cabin bag inside that, and inside my cabin bag it was my other bag, which was my laptop bag. I just wanted to show you this book sleeve that was made by Inês from Book Chic Boutique. She offered it to me. It has a bunch of airplanes and it was so cute. I put it inside my work bag so I could put my books in there whenever I go to work. But unfortunately, I've never actually used it because after she gave it to me, I haven't flown again, and that is so sad. Also, for those of you who haven't been following my channel, if you are new here, you might be wondering, what am I talking about, which bags are these and whatever. For those of you who don't know, I am a flight attendant or a air hostess as you want to call it. I'm a cabin chief. I have a few videos about it on my channel, including a video where I speak specifically about being a cabin chief and why I love it and how you can love your job as well. So I will leave links for those things down below if you want to check it out. But those were the bags that I was putting away, basically the bags that I take with me when I go on work trips. And the reason why I was putting those bags away is because since Corona started, my airline has stopped doing long-haul flights, which is the section where I work at. I only do long-haul flights, and as they're not doing them anymore for the time being, I don't need to have my work bags in the storage because it just takes so much space, and they were in there because they were handy as I needed it every week, but not anymore, so that's why I put them away. And again, a huge pile of dishes to be done. These are the clothes that I hung the previous day. As you can see, they are dry, so I'm removing them, matching all the socks, and folding them to put them away. One thing that I don't really understand how it happens is when socks lose their pairs. And the reason why I'm saying that I don't understand how it happens is because it doesn't happen to me. Never have I ever lost a pair of my socks. But I have lost pairs of Josh's socks, which makes me think that not both socks make it to the laundry bin, because if they were there, I wouldn't lose them. So I don't know what Josh does with his socks and where are the ones that I'm missing, but also I don't know how people just miss socks and lose socks. I have no idea. It never happened to me. All my socks ever, all my life, all of them have a pair. Now I'm just putting some random bits and bobs in its places. They were laying around the house. These are the paper bags where I get the ingredients for our HelloFresh meals, and I like to save these paper bags because they are great for when people ask me to ship books here to my house in the UK and then send them to Portugal, because it just makes it so much cheaper for them. So I use these paper bags to wrap the books and use that as the postage bag, because recycling at its best. And now it's finally time to accept the inevitable and start cleaning my bathroom. I'm using this Cif spray for the bathtub. I will also use it for the sink and for the toilet, and while I let that sink in, I will also let this bleach toilet thing cleaner do its job on the toilet. So now I'm using a sponge and I'm just gonna scrub off my entire bath, including the bottom, the sides and the walls. Now I'm using a Method glass spray to clean the little divider that I have on the bath, and I will also use the same spray to clean the mirror in the bathroom. One thing that I do like to say about any glass cleaners is that the best way of not having streaks after is using a paper towel to kind of dry it off. So I use a normal cloth to clean, but then I go over with a paper towel to get rid of all the streaks. I also have another video, also done in Portuguese, dedicated just to how I clean my bathroom, and for some reason that video is one of the most viewed videos here on my channel. Apparently you guys really wanted to know how I clean my bathroom, so again I'm gonna leave that link down below, and again if you'd like a remake of that video then let me know. To clean the toilet, I like to use just paper towels because it's a toilet, so I don't want to reuse those cloths for anything else. So I use paper towels, I change them very often, I use like one for each section of the toilet and I just throw them in a bin. It's not as ecological as using a reusable cloth, but I think that for the toilet specifically is much more hygienic. Then I'm just putting everything back, and I'm also washing the mug where we have our toothbrushes and toothpaste.
And there you have it. We finished an entire week of cleaning in my house. I finished all the tasks that I set myself to do. That is all for this week's Clean With Me cleaning motivation thing. Let me know down there in the comments if you enjoy this kind of content of an entire week or maybe a bunch of days together and you'd like to see more in the future. Let me know what you thought of all this. I don't know yet how long this video is gonna be because I haven't started editing yet, but I assume it's gonna be on the long side. So I hope you all got lots of cleaning motivation and I'll see you soon. Bye!